Season 1's going live soon, and that means a ton of new things to do. Officially, basically, the expansion really feels like it's kicking off with this reset. So a lot of stuff to get into here. Let's just do a quick summary. I know we've talked about all these things, but a quick summary of all the things going live here with Season 1. Full Season 1 overview from Mr. GM. Let's get into this one.
Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Midnight Season 1, and in this video we're going to go through everything that is coming in Season 1 of Midnight, the first season of a brand new expansion. There is loads coming for this expansion over the next couple weeks, and yeah, it's going to get pretty busy if you're into seasonal content in World of Warcraft. But before we get into that, I do want to let you guys know that I am streaming over on twitch.tv/MrGM.
Yes,
if you want to check me out streaming the Midnight expansion Season 1, even the 1205 PTR coming up soon, you can check me out at twitch.tv/MrGM. The link is in the description. All right, so yes, Midnight Season 1 is starting extremely soon. As of the recording of this, we're currently in the pre-season, with the start of the season starting next week. This kind of pre-season early access normally feels pretty long. It felt pretty long in the War Within as well. But next week, we have the season. So let's go through some of the important dates that you need to know, as there is quite a few different dates with different things happening with these raids. And
not everything's opening up this reset. I think some people might be disappointed on this reset because they think Mythic Plus is opening up. It's not really. It's just zeros are going to be daily on the, and I'm sure he's going to say that here in a second. But mostly, I think it's going to be a raiding week. Normal and heroic raids opening up, I think, is going to be the best way to gear out this week. And I'm excited to get into the raids.
Dungeons. So, starting on March 17th in the NA region or 18th in the EU, we have the raids. We have 2 of the raids opening.
How did I know the raids were opening up? I must have pre-watched this. You're right, Clarmity. Yes.
We have the Voidspire raid opening in normal, heroic, and the first wing of Raid Finder, and the Dream Rift raid opening on normal, heroic, and Raid Finder, as that is only a 1-boss raid. We also have heroic and Mythic 0 seasonal dungeons opening up, as well as Mythic dungeons moving from a week.
It's going to be weird, 2 raids opening up this week, because, like, I don't know which one to go into first. If we should just do the single boss raid first and then get into the, full big dick raid, or the reverse. But I'm worried like we might get stuck in the other raid and then not have the chance to kill off the other one before reset. So we might go do the single boss raid first and then go do the other ones on stream.
Weekly reset to a daily reset. You also have the start of Delves Season 1, as well as Prey Nightmare mode opening up, the start of the PvP season. World bosses will start spawning, and you will also start gaining progress towards your Great Vault. Now, 1 week later, on March 24th in the NA, the Voidspire raid will open in Mythic mode, and Raid Finder Wing 2 will open, as well as Story mode, the solo mode. Also that week, the Dream Rift raid will also open in Mythic, and the Race to World First will also begin that week. Mythic Keystone dungeons will also open on this week, as well as the Delve the Dark Way will also open on this second week of the season.
Yeah, it does. It almost feels like we're in like pre-season is going to launch this week. Right now we're in pre-season, and we're going to enter pre-season, at least of Mythic Plus, and then finally the actual season next week. So if you're a Mythic Pluser, man, by the time, I mean, you've just been edging yourself this entire fucking time, waiting for this shit to actually go live. But in reality, Mythic Plus does not open up this Tuesday. It's the next Tuesday.
1 week later, on March 31st in the NA region and April 1st in the EU, another raid will open. This will be the March of Quell Danas. This is a 2-boss raid and will open on normal, heroic, and mythic on this week, as well as Raid Finder Wing 3 for the Voidspire will also open on this week. For Delves, there'll be the final Delve opening, and this will be the Parhelion Plaza Delve. This will also be the same week that you'll finally be able to complete the Glory of the Midnight Delver achievement.
Man, Delvers are eating good this time around, man. We got outdoor delves. We got they haven't even talked about labyrinths. Blizzard's been like real quiet about those ever since they announced them. Those are eventually going to be a thing. And then just in general, the loot from delves is looking pretty good. I mean, tier 8, same thing, contributes to your vault. You can get some really good gear from these things. So yeah, Delver's having a good time this expansion. Plus, I mean, Lady Sanguinar. I mean, oh man, who doesn't look at that while you're running around?
1 week later, on April 7th in the NA and April 8th in the EU, the final release of the season will come with the March of Quel'Danas Raid Finder and Story Mode opening up for everybody. So yeah, quite a lot of dates to remember there. And with the 3 raids and staggered delves, there's actually quite a lot coming over the next month or so. So let's get into a bit more details on some of these things, and let's start off with an easy one. World bosses. There's going to be 1 world boss in each of the zones spawning from start of Season 1. These bosses will be dropping champion level loot. Moving on into delves in Season 1. So the first thing you're going to notice is the acquisition of keys has kind of changed in Season 1, and it's likely going to be this way going forward. So what you'll notice from the start of Season 1 is that everything will drop coffer key shards. You're going to get tons of these, and they're no longer going to be in your bag. They're actually going to be in the currency tab, which honestly is a great change. Yeah. Now, for every 100 shards you obtain, this will convert to a key. However, the conversion will only happen at certain times. This will happen automatically when you enter a delve, but if you do want to just convert them, you can speak to an NPC in the Delver's HQ to convert.
This is great, because I always forgot I had these things, and I'd be chasing coffer keys, not realizing I have the fucking shards in my bag. So it automatically converts when you go into a delve. That's a great feature.
Them, and there is also a new toy you can purchase to convert the coffer key shards into keys anytime you like. However, there's no real reason to do it. I would just wait until you enter a delve. Also, of course, at the start of the season, bountiful delves will start spawning. Gearing from delves is basically the same this time around, so no kind of major changes there. The Delver's Journey will also start at the start of the season with some new upgrades to your delve, including the Blessings and Boons system. This is essentially a system where you gain like stats and things like that throughout your delve from picking up the Mislaid Curiosities. It's actually pretty cool. You could also get decor through the Delver's Journey, a new mount. There's also going to be a vendor at the end of delves, which we've seen previously. There is also a new unlock, which does give hero track at the end of tier 11 delves, which is pretty cool. And then at level 10, you can get the Void Breacher title. There is quite a lot of other stuff in the Delver's Journey as well. And if you want a full breakdown, I do have a video on the channel.
Don't forget the single boss, you know, the Kaiveza of this one. It's a Dominar. I forgot what his name is. Big Dominar guy with a small head. And he's going to be your new double question mark single difficulty delve boss.
Another thing you'll start seeing at the start of the season is Undercoin. Undercoin will start dropping from delves, and the vendor will finally be active. This vendor has a new mount and various different cosmetic rewards that you can purchase with Undercoin. The Warbound items have not returned in Midnight, though, so there is no catch-up gear from Undercoin, it seems. And the final thing for delves is the Nemesis delve. This is Naleus. This is a powerful Dominar. You may have already seen him pop up inside your delves. This is going to be at the Torment's Rise delve in Voidstorm. So completing the quest for defeating this boss will give you the Dominating Victory toy, but there are also some achievements. You have My Shady Nemesis. This is just to defeat him on the regular difficulty. This will give you the Naleus Domini. This is a cosmetic helm. You also have Lighting Up the Dark. This is to defeat the boss on question mark before the end of the season, and this will give you the Ominous title. And also the achievement Let Me Solo Him, which is to defeat him on the question mark difficulty, will reward a new mount, the Arcano Void Construct. This is an awesome looking mount, and you can actually preview it right now outside the Delver's headquarters if you want to take a look at it. Moving on into Prey. Prey Nightmare Mode will be available from the start of the season. This does...
I know, more mech... You're saying yes, more mech suits. I'm kind of over the mech suits. I feel like Undermine gave me... That whole zone gave me enough mech suits to last me for like 2 expansions at this point. I didn't really want... you're being sarcastic? Okay, I see. Yeah, I wasn't very excited about this mount, I'm not going to lie. But it's fine, whatever.
Require Renown 4, so if you're keeping up with it, you should be able to get it pretty much day 1 of the season. Now, Nightmare Mode will reward 2 pieces of champion loot per week, as well as champion crests. This also counts as a tier 8 delve on the world row of the Great Vault, so definitely worth doing those. Now, once you've unlocked it, you'll also have access to a weekly quest to complete 3 Nightmare hunts. This rewards a Beacon of Hope, which is to spawn the Nemesis inside delves. You'll get some Voidlight Marl, 50 Remnants of Anguish, and 20 Hero Dawn crests, so definitely worth doing that weekly for sure.
And don't forget, these Prey things will contribute to your vault too, so there you go. Another way to kind of open up vault slots. It's the same one, I believe, as the Delves. So that outer world freaking, you know, row of shit. You got the Raid row, the Mythic Plus row, and then you got this one.
Nightmare mode brings in some extra affixes as well, so it will be kind of difficult, but getting champion loot through Prey will be kind of nice to get from the start of the season. Right, moving on into Midnight Dungeons. So the Midnight Season 1 dungeons will be available on Heroic, Mythic 0, and Mythic Plus. Mythic Plus obviously launching a week later after the Heroic week. Now, there are 8 dungeons in the seasonal pool, including Magus' Terrace, Mycera Caverns, Nexus Point Zenus, and the Windrunner Spire from Midnight, as well as the Algathar Academy from Dragonflight, the Pit of Sauron from Wrath of Lich King, Seat of the Triumvirate from Legion, and the Skyreach from Warlords of Draenor. So all of those dungeons will be available. All of them also have decor added to them as well, so keep an eye out for that. And a huge thanks to my friend BB Mezzi for providing the footage for this section. I don't really do Mythic Plus much. You can check out his dungeon guides for Midnight Season 1. I'll leave a link down below. They're very good. As well for Midnight, like any season, we do have some Keystone rewards.
Keystone rewards are good this season. I like them. I like the Vulture Glowy Boy mounts. These are cool.
We have the Keystone Master mount being the Calamitous Carrion mount. This is to attain a rating of
cool,
2,000 during Midnight Season 1. Keystone Hero at 2.5k will give you a new helm and shoulder transmog in the theme of the tier set, which we have had in previous seasons. And then Keystone Legend will give you the Convalescent
I like this one. It's very Lich King-y with the blue and the... I might actually go for 3k this season. I might do it if I feel like it.
Carrion mount. This is to reach 3,000 rating during Midnight Season 1. So yeah, some pretty exciting things coming for Midnight in regards to dungeons. Moving on into raids. Technically in Season 1 we have 4 raids, but stick with me on that one. So firstly, let's talk about the Void Spire. This is our first raid. This is in the Voidstorm zone and has 6 raid bosses. The minimum item level for Raid Finder for this is 220. The bosses here are pretty cool and void themed, and the last boss is quite a story spoiler, so that's pretty interesting. We also will have the Dream Rift raid. This is located in the Harandar zone. This is a 1-boss raid. The boss here is Chimerus, the Undreamt God. The Raid Finder minimum item level is also 220. Now, later on in the season, as mentioned, we will get the March of Quel'Danas. This is located in the Isle of Quel'Danas and has 2 raid bosses. We have Baloren, Child of Allah, which is a Void and Fire Phoenix, which is awesome, and the final encounter will be the Midnight Fools, which looks amazing, honestly, from all of the footage that we've...
Anaru. This is going to be cool. There's going to be some big lore drop here for sure. Killing Anaru or something, some kind of crazy Fallout with Naru lore. I feel it.
Seen the minimum item level for Raid Finder for the March of...
Also, I feel like it's going to be some kind of W for Xal'atath when we do this. Like she wanted us to kill the Naru or something, and then some shit happens. We're going to fuck shit up. I think that's what's happening this patch. We're clearly going to fuck shit up.
Quel'Danas is 227. And of course, like any other raid recently, we will have a bunch of tier sets for each of the classes, and the Catalyst system will return for everybody to use to get their tier sets. Now, there are a couple of mounts from these raids. We have the Tembrous Harrower.
Nice.
This is the Glory of the Midnight Raider achievement. This comes from all 3 of the raids, so there are achievements for all 3 of the raids here, and once you've completed that, you will get the Tembrous Harrower, which is an awesome variant of the mount we've seen a couple times now.
Cool.
We also have the Ashes of Beleren mount. This does drop from the Midnight Fools boss encounter in the March of Quel'Danas on Mythic difficulty, so this is your Mythic mount, and I did mention 4 raids. Now, I'll be remiss to not mention Sporeful. This is going to be a new raid coming in patch 1207. This is a 1-boss raid in Harandar. So
raiders are going to eat this time around. Man, we got 4 raids coming out. Now, yeah, there's a bunch of single boss raids, but still, it's just nice. I feel like this version of the content where it's more drip fed almost. Like, I feel like we're always going to be to get new shit. So another single boss raid coming. This is cool.
Much later in the season, much later in the patch cycle, we will be getting a 4th raid in Season 1. Now for PvP, there is of course a new season. Midnight Season 1 will begin. This will give you the opportunity to spend some of those bloody tokens on some war mode gear. There's also going to be a new Vicious mount, the Vicious Snap Lizard. Of course, there is a variant for the Alliance in blue, and then there's a Horde variant in red. Yeah, that's your Season 1 Vicious mount. For Gladiators, there is also the Galactic Gladiators Gordrake. Absolutely amazing. Never going to get it, but very cool.
I'm never going to get it either, but I could appreciate badass gladiator mounts, and this is another badass gladiator mount. Man, if only I could go back to like the Season 2 and 3 days when I used to get gladiator. If only.
The Midnight Season 1 PvP mounts are pretty
Just can't
great,
do it
honestly.
anymore.
And yeah, nothing else major for PvP, really. We have Slayer's Rise, which is now active, which is a new epic battleground. And of course, the outside PvP area in the northern part of Voidstorm will continue to be active. So yeah, not too much for PvP, but some very cool mounts. And that's it. That is Midnight Season 1. That is everything coming in this season. It's a pretty big season. There's a lot going on. As said, like 4 different raids, tons of stuff for delves, updates to Prey. It's going to be a big one for sure. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on Midnight so far, and let me know your thoughts on Midnight Season 1. Are you excited? What's your goals? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to read them. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like on this video if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon, and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And also I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, Midnight Launch, Midnight Season 1, any sort of WoW, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM.
Nice.
And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.
Yeah, good video overall. Excited for Season 1. I think it's going to bring a lot of fun stuff. First season in a while where we got like separate raids coming out all at one time. So this should be cool. I should say all in one season. And yeah, Mythic Plus looks fun. Everything looks like it's going to be a good time. I'm excited for it. Nice video for Mr. GM.